Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Flustered Reactor Boy here today. Happy Thursday to you all. Let's get into the new music and let us continue with Mr. Hyunsang and his latest release, was the Time and Trace album. We're gonna do the album listen all 11 tracks, 10 tracks. It's a long album. It's his first studio-length album, which is very exciting. And congratulations to Mr. Hyunsang. But that also means we have 10 whole songs to get through, so buckle up. We're going to be in for a journey. We checked out Time and Trace the MV, so we're going to skip that for time constraints. But that still means we have 10 songs, all of which are over 3 minutes long, so good stuff. We are over on the Spotify today. Also, just noticed that Spotify had a layout change, but we're going to be full screen anyways, and it looks like his artist header picture hasn't gotten updated either, because that's when winter comes. Oh man, this is a mess today. Okay. But we're going to be over on Spotify going over his album and every single song. If you want to skip ahead to a certain song, timeline below is going to be chaptered based off of whatever we're listening to, so on and so forth. The reason why I'm flustered today, I was uploading the MV stuff from today, getting ready for the album listen, when I saw a comment on the Extraordinary Heroes video I uploaded yesterday saying that I got the album, or the artist photo wrong on the intro. So on the intro screen, as you know, on the right, there's always a picture, whether it be a concept photo of the group, the thumbnail for the MV, or the video we're watching, or the album art. In this case, we're doing the album, so it's the album art. But the Extraordinary Heroes video yesterday, I've forgotten to update the artist video, or artist photo from Epex, the group I reacted to previous in the recording session, and I didn't clock it until an entire day later. And surprising, like, I've been doing this for over 6 months now, and it's been close to 450 videos or something like that since we started doing this, and this is the first time I've made that mistake, which is kind of weird that I hadn't made the mistake before, but also feels bad that I made the mistake right now, because I like Extraordinary Heroes, and I like that Extraordinary Heroes release. Feels bad that I got them wrong on that, but oops. I was wondering, like, yesterday was going too well. That's probably why. But anyways, that's enough about me and my misadventures of being a K-reactor this week. Let's get into the album. We're starting off with Melancholy. I haven't been able to find a whole lot of credit stuff, so I might actually just have to go back and forth. Oh, I have a feeling, knowing Hyunsang, is just going to be Hyunsang and maybe like a producer on the credits. Safe guess though. So, Melancholy. Here we go. It's like city pop meets synthwave meets acoustic right now. I like how balanced this song is right now. It's letting his vocals shine, but the instrumental's still there without conceding too much space to him. I love the minimalness of this. Keep the harmony. Ooh. I love that little synthesizer interlude there. Nice little sparkle. Especially now that we're back into the acoustic heavy verse. Oh, nice. Little break kick going pure acapella for a moment. I love that they have added the vocal for this little post-chorus interlude. Ooh. Oh, and it's still going. I thought that was over. Okay, there was some really cool panning going on at the end there. Ooh, what a pretty way to start the album. Very appropriately titled too. I like that though. For me, this song really does balance everything so perfectly. It's not just like a volume thing. It's the different types of instrumentals used through it. Like you've got the acousticness of the verse, you've got the electric instruments of the chorus, you've got the digital instruments of the post choruses, but you've also got the a cappella elements where there's no instruments whatsoever. And I love the way that they've utilized all four musical tools at their disposal and they've distributed throughout the song in a way where it keeps the song sounding fresh and the song naturally progresses through each separate phrase. And then by the end of it, once you get to the final chorus, you just combine everything together and you get this glorious kind of, it's almost overwhelming the amount of stuff that's going on in from a musical point of view, but as you listen to it, it doesn't feel like a lot. Sure, there's lots of vocals, there's lots of instrumentals going on, but it doesn't feel like an overbearingly high amount of music being pumped into your ears. It's still very much a balanced song, even with all of the parts brought in at the end. I think that's really cool. It's really well written. Also, the way the song ends, where the vocals, especially with the ad-libs, the vocals start in the middle, but as the song gets closer and closer to the end, the ad-libs start splitting off into left and right channels. So if you've got stereo headphones, you'll be able to notice it when you listen to it. In fact, we can go back a little bit, but la 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 la. The two voices, the further into the outro you get, the further apart you can hear them getting. They started in the middle, but you can hear the voices start to separate and go their own directions, and I think that's really cool. That's really clever mixing. What a pretty way to start the album. Okay, 1 down, 9 to go. Next up, You Know.
정말 난 모르겠어.
Already the song is very different. He sounds a lot closer to your ears when he's singing this. Little minor chord to finish. 8-chord sequence.
밖엔 또 달리 없다고 말야.
Both songs I think are very melancholic in how they start the album.
눅눅해진 공기에 행운을
Little head voice flip.
잠시 동안 머무려고 세수를 하고 또 희망을 걸어 방문을 젖히고 달라졌다고 언젠가 다 뭉개졌던 창문
Yeah, even this little extra sparkle we get in the pre-chorus still just feels melancholic for me.
있어 뭘 망설이냐고 정말
There's this high voice.
안 모르겠어 네가 누군지 겁내지 말라고
Oh, keep drawing it out. I love the long, drawn-out notes that Hyunsang pulls off. It's just so consistent every single time. And it just feels like it keeps going and going and going.
말야 정말 나였다면 난 너밖엔 또 달리 없다고 말야.
And a proper bona fide final note. No cold cuts or anything like that. Ooh, okay. Okay. I kind of like this low-key beginning because it's not low-key in like a ballad sense, but it's low-key in that it's that whole concept of melancholy, I think, is really appropriate for the start of this album. And I guess in a way it's kind of reminiscent of like Hyunsang as an artist. Like he's, from what I know about Hyunsang so far, like the 3 episodes of Superman that I've seen, the guides that we watched, and the Hope Polo content that we've seen, Hyunsang does kind of have this kind of subdued nature to him, and it shows in his music because he doesn't need a whole lot of flourish to really make his art shine. I think where his art shines is in the little like sparkles that he has. It's very specific to him, like his drawn out vocals that are so consistent and so clean and feel like they last forever. It whenever he holds a note for me, you saw me doing the kind of like stretchy motion with my hands. Because whenever I hear Hyunsang hold a high note, it reminds me of people like pulling taffy and like candies on like Instagram Reels or Snapchat stories, things like that, where you see the machine with the three pins moving back and forth, and you see the taffy being pulled. It feels like his voice is like a piece of taffy being pulled, in that it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. I mentioned it in the MV video for Time and Trace, but on songs like Your Ocean and Our Song, when Hyunsang has high notes and he just kind of throws it into high gear and lets the high note out, it just keeps going. His breath control is stupendous. And whenever he has a note, it feels like it lasts for like 20, 30 seconds. Admittedly, it's not that long, but it just feels like it goes on forever and ever, and that's so cool to me. And with it's kind of a song where his held notes almost feels like wails in a way. Not wails like the animal, but wails like wailing out, like cries, like very subtle cries out into nothingness, where his voice is just just a very gentle wail into nothingness where it just peters off at the end. And I think that's so cool. And it's one of the things I love about his voice, is that specific thing where he's got the nice held notes. And again, 2 for 2 with really well balanced songs. Lots of things going on instrumentally, but they never feel like they're stepping over each other. Love that. We've listened to Time and Trace already, so we're going to skip it for time reasons. That means next song is One Day. One day more. I'm loving the double acoustic guitar. And I hear the pulsing synth back there. Oh, we're building. Oh man, we went full rock anthem and then little outro sequence as well, or a post-chorus. This one for me might be song of the album for me so far, because it's such a gentle song here in the verses. The occasional electric guitar hits, you got the synth, the acoustic guitar, and then you get this really nice full rock anthem flourish. And then straight into the bridge this time. The background vocals. Oh, hold it. Throw out that drop a little bit. this is a full-on anthem now. And an acoustic outro. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Woo. This song, on pure instrumental alone, gave me such similar vibes to like what kind of like an anthemic ballad from East Coast American rock groups like Bon Jovi and Aerosmith would have done back in the day. But it's so freaking pretty, man. It's just so pretty. This is my type of music right here. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And the funny thing is, this is very much a slow rock anthem. Hyunsang does not have a rocker voice whatsoever. He does not have the grit and the growl and the rasp of your stereotypical rocker frontman vocal. It doesn't matter. His just really gentle, floaty, airy, high vocal, perfect fit. It's like the perfect counterfeit, or not counterfeit, like counter. It's like the yin and yang. It's the complete opposite thing that fits absolutely perfectly. It's like, typically, like citrus and dairy don't go together. But this is like a pasta alla limone, where it's a nice creamy sauce with lemon in it. Typically, those two things wouldn't go together, but they do in this dish. It's the same way. Hyunsang's vocals is not meant for an out-and-out rock song. The instrumentals for this song very much an out-and-out rock anthem type sound. Those two things, on paper, shouldn't go together, but they do. I like this one a lot. Alright, what do we got next? The Boys' Chamber. This one's got legs. Hit the brakes. Overdrive guitar. Chorus drop, what is it? Oh, back-to-back songs are got some rock legs to it. Okay. Shout out the guitarists for this song, because this is that is quick. And the way the overdrive guitar comes in. Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Oh, this is cool. I love that. I love that tone shift too. I think it's like the first two songs we had that kind of like melancholic element to it, and then we had the title track which slowly started to turn the gears a little bit. Like I think Time and Trace wasn't like the completely energetic rock song or rock anthem. It's like it still is a rock song at the end of the day, but I think it definitely had that like form of melancholy, and that was I think it's perfect bridge because now we're into this rock phase now, and I love it. Oh, once this song starts going, oh, and let me tell you, this song gets going quick. It's like a sprinter off the jump block. It's foot to the floor, right off the get go. It's like a drag race. You just get up and going right away. Like this song is busy. This song is busy, busy. The guitarist, the drummer, is so fast. It's like they finally get a break in the pre-chorus, but then the chorus comes around like you blink and the chorus is already here, and it's back to that really high-paced song again, and you're just left wondering, man, they are going to be I reckon if this song ever gets performed live, if they get a live band to go along with it, they are going to be knackered by the end of it. Especially the guitarist, that lactic acid in the forearm. Oh man, that is going to be an experience. But that's really cool. And I also love the juxtaposition between the really fast, like busy song, and then you have Hyunsang holding the really long notes above it. I just think that's such a fun contrast. Very Hyunsang of him to do though. Again, I will never not preach his vocals, but like his drawn out notes, really nice and pretty and long and consistent, and all of a sudden, like in the background, you just you still have it's like I just love that. I love the visual of that. Anyways, I'm loving this rock phrase. Are we? It is two songs. Are we gonna get a transitional song with Laputa? Laputa? Raputa. Ooh, I feel like if I pronounce that in an incorrect way, it's going to sound like an offensive word in a certain Spanish dialects. Oops.
Lately 나르는 성을 본 적이 있니 알 수 없는 그리움에 비친 다시 만날 누군가를 그리니
I quite like this little
Maybe
sonar-like synth.
불어오는 바람들 속에 넌
It's very smooth.
그 모든 걸 관두고 싶은지 그 모든 걸 다 잊고 싶은지 정말 이상한 날이야 이 모든 게 날 덮고
Not the biggest flourish in the book. Interesting.
Nothing lasts forever, forever. 바람을 맞으며 하는 위로. Oh, can't you see the castles in the air?
Can't you see the castles in the air? Laputa. Is this based off of Hall's Moving Castle?
Lately
Wait, hold on.
소중한 것을 잃어버렸니 그 슬픔에 너 굳어버렸니 다시 돌아올 수 없을 만큼 Maybe 불어오는 바람들 속에 넌 그 모든 걸 관두고 싶은지 그
No, castle in the sky, not Howl's Moving Castle.
Look up at the sky. Oh, everything will be there for you. 정말이잖아.
Apologies that I zoned out there for a second. Well, when I heard those lyrics, just my brain immediately had to go looking for it.
Nothing lasts forever, forever. 바람을 맞으며 하는 위로 남은 진심이 무거워 움직일 수가 없다고. Nothing lasts forever, forever. 그저 바라보고 있는 대로. Oh, can't you see the castles in the air? Oh, can't you see the castles in the
Okay. I know I got distracted midway through that, but if that is the case where this song Laputa is based off of and referencing Miyazaki's Castle in the Sky, that is so cool. That is so cool. I haven't seen that film in years. But just it clocked onto me. Castle in the Air. Laputa. Like in Japanese, actually, what is the actual Japanese title of Castle in the Sky? Tenku no Shiro Laputa. Skyward, skybound castle Laputa. And it's spelled the same way. Admittedly, it's not castle in the sky, it's castle in the air, but it's the same message, isn't it? That's so... If... That can't be a coincidence, right? Anyways, the song, though, it is a switch again. It's not the heavy... It doesn't have the heavy kind of rock anthem influence of the previous three songs. It's not melancholic either. It almost feels kind of like the uplifting feeling you get before an adventure type of vibe. And especially this final outro sequence where they're repeating the castle in the air motif, I think is so pretty. I am going to be reading into this way too far, but kind of guessing what the context of the song is here, or what the song is based off of. Think about the sky, right? Say it's a nice day out and there's some clouds in the sky. They're all, at the end of the day, they're clouds. Sure, meteorology majors and like earth science majors can differentiate what types of clouds there are, but for the layman, for the member of the general public, clouds are just clouds. As long as they don't rain, they're very pretty. But they're never the exact same shape, are they? Unless it's total, overcast, where you have 100% cloud cover, which, being in the UK, is like every other day. But the way Hyunsang delivers the castle in the air line, every single time the line castle in the air is being delivered, it's being delivered differently, different melody, different volume. And it feels like almost Hyunsang and his singing vocals almost painting the clouds for you. Lots of clouds, lots of castles in the air, clouds in the air. But they're all of different shapes and sizes, different strengths. But ultimately, clouds, castle in the air, clouds in the sky. Hyunsang has just painted a skyscape for us. I love that. Again, apologies for getting so lost in it, but my brain was on a one-track journey to find that. I don't know where I got Howl's Moving Castle from, but probably because of Line Castles, but Laputa Castle in the sky. Oh, that's cool. Anyways, next song, Darkday.
까만 낮을 다시 불러온 머릿속을 난 또 비워내고 또다시 멀어지는 거리 건물 속을 난 또 개워내네 저질러 버리듯이 나는 몸을 뉘어 거꾸로 매달려 있고 모든 다 버리듯이 널 부러져 있는 방향이 아니야
Oh, this is different. I love that filtered, almost like guitar type sound there in the instrumental.
꿈틀거리는 시선을 따라 날고 있고 끝없이 펼쳐지는 도로 및 하늘을 난 그리워하네 저질러 버리듯이 나는 몸을 뉘어 거꾸로 매달려 있고 모든 다 버리듯이 널 부러져 있는 방향이 아니야 비감을 지나가는 애지랑이 따고 비치는 터널의 시작이
That's a cool little detail. There's an extra bit of reverb now that he's in his head voice. Or now that he's in the chorus. Either way. I did not expect like a light EDM pop song from Hyunsang. He pulls it off though. Huh. I'm still kind of caught off guard by that, because that was a song I was not expecting to hear on the album. It almost feels like a... It almost feels Porter Robinson-y in a way. Sorry. I'm gonna go off full screen for a second. Darkday, credits. Is it just gonna be Hyunsang and Hyunsang? Okay. Stone, can we get... Is it just Hyunsang on it, or is there an actual team behind it? But Darkday really gave off very similar feelings to kind of what Porter Robinson music feels like to me. It's really cool. I never expected a sound like this from him. It kind of works though. I'm slowly realizing just how flexible Hyunsang's voice is. Even though it doesn't feel like it should be, it's a very flexible tone. I quite enjoy listening to it. That was cool though. Love that on the full-length album we're getting, or at least I'm getting sides of Hyunsang I never would have expected to hear. It's knowing what group he's in and essentially what kind of OSTs he's done is like I've heard. Let's see, I think two or three OSTs by Hyunsang, uh, two special singles. Listen to One Winter Comes when that dropped. His collaboration he did with Etham a little while ago. Of course, he was part of Gomek Boys, and then we're completely caught up on Hopapola's group discography. But yeah, EDM Hyunsang is not a sound I would have expected, but I'm not mad at it. I think there's a very unique charm about it. That's cool. All right, next song, Good Night. Now, there have been many songs titled Good Night. They've all gone very different directions. What type of song is this going to be?
Night 아무것이 없는 하루
Starting with the low vocals, okay.
Night Good night 아무 걱정 없는 아침 너 Good night Good night 모두 잠이 드는
This song's really cool. The way it's mixed, it's really up close.
Good night Good night 힘이 닿는
Hyunsung's voice, you can tell, is really close to the microphone. The piano, you can hear all the keys moving. And like the pedals moving as well.
다 묻은 나의 힘없는 노인 현실에 지친 어른의
And with the guitar, you can hear the plucking and the fingers moving across the fretboard. That's cool.
죽어버린 꿈 이제는 모두 비워두고 Good night 아무 거리낌 없는 하루 Good night Good night 아무 걱정 없는 아침 너 Good night
Was that done in one breath? I'm gonna go back to that. A very raw song, and that not a lot of post-production stuff going on. I think that's really cool when in a song you can hear everything, all the little details, just how sensitive everything was when it was recorded. When you're singing like up close to a microphone, you can hear like the mouth movements and like the way your mouth moves and tongue moves and like taking even like a little bit of breath, you can hear everything, all the little details. Same with the instruments as well. The closer the microphone is put to the source of where the music is being played from, the more you're going to hear especially if it's an acoustic instrument, the more you're going to hear kind of the extraneous sounds that naturally come from playing an acoustic instrument. In the case of a piano, you can hear the keys being pressed, the hammers hitting the strings, the pedals being pressed down. Those are not silent movements. Same with the guitar. When you're playing acoustic guitar, you can hear the pick or your fingernails clipping the metal strings. You can hear your fingers moving up and down the fretboard, holding down the strings to change the pitch of them. All of that you can hear in Goodnight, and all of it is purposely left in. It's meant to be this raw, intimate song, I think, and that's really cool. I want to go back to that held note that Hyunsang had though, because I'm pretty sure it was done in one breath. And like, this isn't a ridiculously powerful belt, so he doesn't need to use a whole lot of voice. But this is a long run, if I can find it.
Good night.
Yeah, he doesn't take a breath there. There's no possible place for him to take a breath in through that run anywhere, or at least not in the way he portrayed that. Which means, where's my stopwatch? Stopwatch. Like, that is roughly a 15-second long note, with intricate run going to pretty much the lower end of his vocal range, and not just one consistent descent down, little up and down here in between as well, nice ebbs and flows, done in one breath, 15 seconds. Dang, that's his breath control on display right there. Amazing stuff. Next song, The Way Home.
집으로 향하는 발걸음 매일 뒤척이는 흔들리는 마음이
This is kind of giving me When Winter Comes vibes right now.
딛는 걸음걸음 그늘진 모퉁이 내 맘 같지 않은 내뱉은 말들이 매일 지나간 어느 다리 위에서
Nice head voice flip.
내 모습 너는 알고 있는지 다시 일어서 보려 하고 있는 걸 더 이상은
Gorgeous vocal harmony. Shout out my string homies one time. And this song's really cool because you're getting the best of both worlds when it comes to Hyunsang's high tones, his chest voice and his head voice, and you're getting them both at the same time, singing the exact same scale as each other as well. I think that's really cool. Pay attention to the chorus. because he'll sing pretty much the same melody in both voices back to back, and I think that's really cool. Head voice, chest voice, head voice, chest voice. That's so cool. And that little descent he does. Woof. Shout out my string section homies back there. No cold cut out outro. A proper way to finish a song, no cold cutting the end of it. That was super cool. Hyunsang's high vocals genuinely are a case study for me. Like, he is textbook material when it comes to talking about high vocals for me. Because he's got the breath control to hold the longest vocal run and longest high note. He's got the range where he can sing essentially the same melody in two different voices without issue. His vocal range is comfortable where he can sing that phrase I had mentioned earlier, and I was pointing out, in chest voice, but also at like a comfortable chest voice range, but also at a comfortable low head voice range, and it's still the same. That's tremendous. Typically, the kind of barrier between a head voice and a chest voice, especially for a male vocalist, especially for ones that don't really have that really high of a vocal range, is a pretty much well-defined line that divides the two. With Hyunsang, there's a threshold in between where he can mix, but it's not mixed voice like how you kind of sometimes hear a vocalist physically mix the two sounds together. No. He's not mixing the two sounds together. He's very clearly singing in chest voice and head voice. It's just that the range he's singing in and that threshold overlaps each other. And that is such an interesting tool to have, where he can just, depending on what phrase of the song he's in or what the subsequent melody is going to be like, he can just flip his tone based off of what he needs in the song. And that's so cool, and that's such a useful tool that he has. Oh, very pretty indeed. Next song, same old song. And I'm pretty sure we have this one, yeah, one more song to go. Kind of going back to the maybe light rock sound. Getting his low vocals now. Very much a light rock sound. But it's got that, like, 80s kind of filtered guitar sound in the background, which I really like. But you can also hear the acoustic guitar behind it as well, or at least the strumming of a guitar. It's such a gentle flourish into the chorus, but it's very effective. The singular head voice footnote, so pretty. And the harmonies, keep the harmonies. Let it sparkle, let it sparkle, let it ring. Oh yeah. Same old song, same old song. Hold on, we're going back to it, we're going back to it. Same old song. It very much, I think this is the most retro rock sound that we've gotten so far on the album, because this very much reminds me of a type of sound you would get in your 1980s light rock groups, like the Outfield. The group that sang Josie's on a vacation far away, come around and talk it over. Like that group. They have a couple songs on, oh shoot, I forgot what album it was. I used to listen to them a ton growing up. But same old song very much has similar characteristics to that, and I love that. It's a sound that I haven't heard of in such a long time. I miss this. And Hyunsang's voice sounds so good on it. It's a very small instance of it happening, but I love this singular head voice flip he does. It's so cool, if I can find it. There it is. It only happens once in the chorus. This one, and in all the choruses, only once. It's such a satisfying little flip up he does, and the way the kind of additional guitar parts come in on this post-chorus. Just something about that chorus and post-chorus combo is so satisfying to my ears. I'm gonna go listen to the Outfield when I'm cooking tonight, because that's inspired me. You know, actually, the frontman for the Outfield, I think he's unfortunately passed away now, but he had a really high voice. If you ever listen to Wanna lose your love tonight, that song, if you've ever heard that song, you know how high those vocals are. Very different sound, but you know, Hyunsang's range could do it. But last song on the album, Wave. Typically, last song on an album is a ballad, and while we've gotten ballad type songs, this is so far already the most traditional ballad type song. Okay, maybe not so straightforward. Nice chord modifier there. This was not a ballad. No, no, no. Talk about a grandiose ending to an album. Oh my god. Take it major.
돌아갈 수 없어요. 긴 밤속을 다 채워가는 그 모습이
Yeah, we don't get a resolution. Ow. Oh. Yo, can we talk about that song for a second? I was expecting a ballad. Actually, let me set up for this. Typically, at the end of an album, we get a ballad, because ballads are a really nice way to tie an entire project together and wind it down kind of vibe. Hyunsang? Nah, he might have saved the most grandiose piece of music he's had on the album for the final one. He didn't go out with a kind of wind down song. No, no, no. He ended with a grand finale type song. Ooh. I'm gonna go back to it if we can find it. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back here, aren't I? Yep. Actually, I'm not even gonna bother going full screen. There's an element in this song where you hear kind of like the piano behind it. Okay, you think it's kind of a slow emotional piece? Okay, that's perfectly fine. You know, Hyunsang on a slow song like this very much suits his voice for me. Then the drum part comes in, and you're left wondering, maybe this isn't. I mean, you saw me go through that physical reaction. You saw me think, something's different here. No. Just silence. Like, all of a sudden, you have the silence percussion part. Whisper. The song builds up, and all of a sudden, you have the glorious vocals from Hyunsang. You've got the rock element of this album. Then you've got this just massive string section behind it. Everything comes together. It's such a glorious, just rush of energy that all of a sudden comes up out of nowhere. And it's so pretty. And while it's not a ballad, it very much listens like one, at least for me. Like, it's giving me the same feelings that I would get if I listened to a ballad. It's not maybe in the same package as one. Very cool nonetheless. It's like drinking soda out of a bottle instead of a can. Same effect, different vessel. This is kind of the same thing for me. And then let's skip forward a little bit. Anyway, that's the chorus. Yeah, here we go.
돌아갈 수 없어요 긴 밤속을 다 채워가는 그 모습
And all of a sudden, you increase the reverb and then you go full acapella and it's just goosebumps on your arm. Here's a reverb, peter out. You think the song's over. Mm-mm. Let that string section take it. On a sustained 4 chord to end it. We don't get the one. We don't get the 1 chord to bring it back. We get a sustained 4 chord, and then that's how the song ends. That is such a cliffhanger. People tease of an ending for that song. Oh, oh, that makes me so sad. I want the strings to just finish that phrase, but we never get the ending for it. And, if that was a way to leave the listener wanting more, then that is a cruel and effective way to do it. Damn. Why am I so happy that that's how it ended? I'm so mad at it, but I'm so happy about it. Oh, this was fun though. This was a really, really, really fun song. From the roller coaster of emotions that was Laputa when I had to do the research for it, like in the middle of the song. Like, we got the melancholic start, we got the switch, we got the rock sound, we got the slow, we got a fairly digital sound of Hyunsang, and then just this majestic, grandiose ending that was Wave, and I'm overwhelmed a little bit, actually. What I'm gonna do is first playlist the entire album, and two, just kind of fawn on the fact that this was my first ever proper Hyunsang release, and I could not be happier with it. Yes, we've listened to Hyunsang stuff before on multiple occasions. In fact, Hyunsang might be one of the most visited soloists that we have in terms of male solos. Let me actually. So we've done 4 from Minhyun, that's including OSTs. Naughty, we've done 4. Okay, and we've done 2. Where is Hyunsang's playlist? I know he's. Yeah, so we've done When Winter Comes, the MV when that dropped. We did the It's Live for it. We did Etham's collab, and then we've done 2 OSTs. So we've done 5 releases from him. But this is the first proper album release we've had, and I could not have enjoyed it any more than I have. Especially, I think now, because we're also watching his origin story with Superband as well. If you're curious about that, keep your eyes peeled. Community tab on the channel Sundays. But this was perfect. This was exactly what I wanted to kind of end my day with today. Just have to go and make thumbnails for it. But that's it from me today. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. But that's it for me today. One last request from me. Let's work together, you and I, to bring a little bit of happiness into this world. Whether it be picking up the trash, picking up a piece of trash on the street, holding the door open for somebody, checking in with your friends and family. Just one small act of kindness to bring some light and happiness into the world. And know that if you are ever going through something, whatever it may be, wherever you may be, just know that even though I am just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.